A Louis Vuitton belt with only 6 bids at $68 and 14 pounds of mystery jewelry for just $31. Somebody's about to make serious money. Okay, let's start with what might be the steal of the century. This Louis Vuitton belt sitting at just $68 with only 6 bids and less than 2 days left. Now, I see it comes with a certificate of authenticity, which is huge for designer pieces like this. Authentic Louis Vuitton belts typically retail anywhere from $400 to $800, depending on the style and hardware. Even on the resale market, you're looking at $200 to $400 for a genuine LV belt in decent condition. The buy it now price is set at $320, which tells you even the seller knows this thing's worth way more than the current bid. With that KOA, you've got documentation that this isn't some knockoff from a street vendor. The risk here is condition. We can't see detailed photos of wear, scratches on the buckle, or cracking in the leather. But honestly, at $68, even if it needs some TLC, you're still looking at massive profit potential here. Now here's where things get really interesting. 14.2 pounds of sorted jewelry and gemstones for just $31. This is what we call a treasure hunter's dream, folks. When Goodwill says sorted, that usually means someone's already gone through and pulled out the obvious junk, which could be good or bad news. The fact that there are gemstones included is incredibly promising. Even if 90% of this haul turns out to be costume jewelry, you only need to find one solid gold piece, one genuine gemstone, or one designer item to make your money back tenfold. At $2.18 per pound, you're basically paying nothing. I've seen people pull vintage Tiffany pieces, real pearls, and even loose diamonds from mystery jewelry lots like this. The buy it now at $142 suggests there's definitely potential here. With only 3 bids and almost 4 days left, this could still fly under the radar. The downside, you might end up with 14 pounds of broken costume jewelry, but that's a risk I take any day. Check this out, 14-karat yellow gold earrings with black onyx, currently at $28.99 with 4 bids, but look at that buy it now price, $870. That's not a typo, people. These aren't just any gold earrings. They're 1 gram of solid 14-karat gold with genuine onyx stones and a heart and bow design. Now, just the gold content alone is worth about $30 to $35 at today's prices, so you're already close to breaking even on materials. But it's the craftsmanship and design that drives the real value here. Heart and bow motifs in gold jewelry, especially with onyx accents, are classic and timeless. These could easily be vintage or from a high-end designer. The fact that someone set the buy it now at $870 means they know something we don't, or they've identified these as a specific designer piece. Even if they're not worth the full buy it now price, quality 14-karat gold earrings with genuine stones typically sell for $100 to $300 retail. At under $30, this is solid gold, literally and figuratively. Air Jordan 11s in the Win-like 96 colorway for $28? Someone's either about to get the deal of their life or learn a hard lesson about authentication. These shoes originally retailed for $220 when they dropped. And if they're authentic and in decent condition, they're still worth anywhere from $150 to $400, depending on size and condition. The Win-like 96 is a tribute to the Bulls' record-breaking season, making them pretty significant in sneaker culture. Here's what's interesting. 7 bids, but the buy it now is only $39.99, which is suspiciously low for authentic Jordans. That's either because the condition is rough, the seller doesn't know what they have, or there's an authentication issue. The 1-cent shipping is nice though. Size 9 is a popular size too, so there's definitely a market. My gut says these might be heavily worn or have some authenticity questions. But at this price point, it might be worth the gamble if you know how to spot fakes and don't mind some wear. Here's another pair of Air Jordans, but this listing is frustratingly vague. Just Air Jordans, men's size 10.5 with a certificate of authenticity. Currently at $57 with 8 bids and less than 2 days left. The good news is that COA, which suggests these are legitimate, but not knowing the exact model or colorway makes this a total wild card. Could be Jordan 1s worth $300, could be a less popular model worth $80. Size 10.5 is right in that sweet spot for resale. Big enough that there's demand, not so big that the market shrinks. The buy it note at $120 gives us some clues about value, but it's still a guessing game. 8 bids suggest people are interested, which usually means the photo shows something promising that we can't see in this description. The certificate of authenticity is crucial here because fake Jordans are everywhere, and having that documentation protects your investment. At $57, you're probably safe even if these turn out to be a less popular model, but the mystery makes this one tough to call. So I should probably explain about Linda's cat. Linda moved in next door about 3 months ago. Sweet lady, always brings cookies to block parties, the kind of neighbor you actually want. But her cat? That's a different story entirely. This thing showed up on day 1 and immediately decided it owned not just Linda's house, but apparently the entire cul-de-sac. I'm talking full territorial takeover. It sits on my mailbox every morning, staring at me like I owe it money. It's reorganized Mrs. Peterson's garden gnomes twice, not knocked them over, mind you, arranged them in what I can only describe as threatening formations. Last week I watched it somehow open the Hendersons' gate, let their dog out, then close the gate behind it and sit there looking smug while chaos ensued. When I mentioned this to Linda, she just laughed and said, her sweet baby is probably just trying to make friends. Friends? This cat has established a shadow government, and Linda thinks it's being social. I'm starting to think I need to move. If you found some deals that caught your eye, make sure to subscribe for more auction finds and drop a comment. What's the craziest thing you've ever scored at a thrift store or online auction? Hit that like button if you're ready to start treasure hunting.